Okay, so one of the things that we really want to bring to you over the next little while is some of the gems that we have hidden away here at school. And this afternoon I'm here with Isabelle Freeman, who is herself an opera singer. I nearly put my foot through this object in the school archives a couple of months ago when we were having a little bit of a sort out. And almost underfoot was something which looked like a very old and cheap frame. And inside it looked up to be a piece of paper which really didn't seem particularly special. But on closer inspection, it is actually part of the autograph score of one of the most significant operas written in the 20th century by the composer Richard Strauss. And you might ask how on earth it came to be here in school. And before I ask you, Isabelle, just say a few words about why this is such an important find. The reason why it was here in school was in 1946, the celebrated conductor Thomas Beecham put on a festival of Richard Strauss's work in London, right towards the end of Richard Strauss's life. He was born in 1864, he died in 1949. And Beecham and Strauss have been great friends throughout their lives. And as a sort of thank you gift to Thomas Beecham, not only did Richard Strauss send him part of the original score, but on the reverse side of it, here, he copied out the beginning of the opera Elektra and then wrote a little inscription at the bottom to Thomas Beecham. Thomas Beecham, the following year, then came to conduct a concert in celebration of the 100th anniversary of the foundation of Rossall School. That was late because the Second World War had intervened, but he did turn up finally, conducted a concert in Big School, and he appears to have presented what is now this incredibly important piece of, I suppose, 20th century cultural history to Rossall School, for which we're really proud. But you know much more about this than I do, so over to you. Here it is. And maybe tell us a little bit about why Elektra is so important.
So on a personal level, this is actually my favourite opera, so this couldn't be a more exciting find for me. But this is a really important thing for us here because Thomas Beecham actually was a major proponent of Strauss's work in the UK, and Elektra was actually the first Strauss opera premiered here at Covent Garden. So it's a really nice beginning, I suppose, to the long connection that we have with Strauss's music here. I mean, his operas are constantly performed and they're just fantastic work. So this is super exciting for me to see this and to see it in his handwriting and, you know, with the inscription. This is really special, and it's such a treat to see it. So thank you.
So am I right in thinking that when it was first performed, it didn't go down particularly well? It created quite a storm, a bit like Stravinsky's Rite of Spring a few years later.
Right, and I think these works, I think Salome was the same, but because they were so modern and cutting edge, tonally they're quite challenging at times, I think would be a good way to put it.
It's quite violent content as well.
Yeah, this one is definitely quite bloodthirsty, I would say. So it's definitely challenging subject material, and I think that's why I like it though, is that your ear can't guess where it's going. So, you know, in a Mozart opera you might you expect a cadence, you can see where the path is going, but with Elektra, it takes you in so many different places, and the characters are all fantastic. They're bloodthirsty, they're violent, they're just so larger than life, and that's what draws me to opera. So
what do you think we should do with this? Because it's been lying at the bottom of the filing cabinet for years now.
You have to put it somewhere. This has to take front and centre. I think this is so special, and people need to come and see this and see Strauss's handwriting, and I mean, it's just such a cool piece of history here, and
it is. No,
it's a great opera.
We are massively lucky that by some strange route we actually now own a really important artefact from the 20th century, from the cultural history of the 20th century. We're going to bring more, thanks very much for that, Isabelle. We're going to bring more things from our archives to you, and I think next up will be some original photographs from the Blackpool 1908 air show, which are really fantastic. But thank you very much for joining us for that little glimpse into one of the artefacts that we are certainly very proud of here at Rossall.